You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
There is a great history between the city of Memphis and, of course, the school and assistant coach Tony Madlock. I got a chance to sit down and talk with the Tigers assistant coach. Always a pleasure to talk to my old friend Tony Madlock, and you know, this is a little bit like reliving memories all year long. You go back to that backcourt with this head coach and that relationship. How special is that?
Very special. Anytime you think about the good old days from just growing up playing in Memphis, at the high schools, at Melrose and at Treadwell, and then you think about playing together at Memphis State at the time, and now to be on the coaching staff with him is unbelievable.
If you don't mind, because you know you were, I know, looking for a gig. You were the head coach for a little bit at Ole Miss, filling in for Andy Kennedy. Talk about how you and Penny got this together for you to be his first hire.
Well, it goes back to our relationship, and it's always been really good. When we were teammates, it was really good, and then it really got better as I was assistant coach and always recruiting his players. So I got a chance to meet with him and talk to him all the time on the AAU circuit and coming to East High School. So it just was a relationship that kept building. And when he got the job, he made a phone call. He said, "Hey, you want to be part of my staff?" And I said, "You know it."
And that was perfect timing, too, wasn't it? Talk about your relationship when you guys were in high school and then college.
Well, one thing that I tell everybody is that Penny, first of all, is a great human being. He is a great man. His heart probably jumps out of his chest. He's one of those type guys. So he's always been that guy that you can always talk to. He's down to earth. Even though he was a superstar in college, he was a superstar in the NBA. He's always been a down to earth guy. So our relationship has always been really good. And like I said, you know, it just got better as time went on.
I know he's always been a good guy, as you say, and always has given back. What about his maturation from a guy who was a young kid all the way through those superstars years to now? What's that change been like?
Well, I think for him, he could say that going from being a middle school coach, you know, at Leicester Middle School to being at East High School, and then being a AAU coach at the highest level, at the Nike level, he has grown from day one. And he is continuing to grow. You know, he what he does as a college coach is he knows his responsibilities. His X's and O's are off the chain. He's able to relate to our guys. You see his swag. You see, you know, and our guys love that. And recruits around the country love that. So, you know, he's doing a really good job of doing everything from A to Z.
Sort of update us on your journey, because you left the University of Memphis, and I know you're a player. What has that been like? Where did you start? How did you get all the way to here?
Well, this is a long story. You got enough time?
We do. We got a few.
Well, this is my 22nd year as a college basketball coach. You know, I started as assistant coach at Melrose High School, and I was lucky enough to get with Dickie Nutt at Arkansas State. I go from Arkansas State to UTEP. I go to UTEP with Tony Barbee. From UTEP, I go to Auburn with Barbee also, and then with Andy Kennedy at Ole Miss, and now I'm back at home.
And now you are back at home, and your growth too. I mean, how much different are you in terms of viewing the game, relating to people, than when you were at Melrose High School?
Well, it's a lot different. Just because you get older, you get more mature. So a lot of different things that you go through. But just being able to, you know, be around the guys. I've always been a player's coach. I've always been a guy that can relate. Being from Memphis and being from Melrose, it's always helped me in everything that I've been able to do in my coaching career. So from growing as a recruiter, you know, because when you first get in this game, that's what you want to be known as. You know, as you come in and you got to say, hey, what is my worth? And my worth is, hey, who can I sign as a college recruiter? And then you kind of grow from that. You go from being a recruiter to being an X and O guy to being able to relate from everything from budget to everything that has to do with college athletics. So I think I've grown where I can, and being a head coach on an interim basis at Ole Miss, you know, I think it taught me everything that needs to go on from sitting in that top seat. And I think I'm ready for that whenever that chance comes again.
What do you think your most important role on this team is?
Well, I do everything from A to Z. And that's one thing that Penny has allowed this whole coaching staff to do is we all get to talk about everything from what are we going to do game plan wise to scouting to recruiting to the academic part of it. So I probably do everything from A to Z on this staff. You know, I'm with Coach Board and Coach Hamilton and making sure our guys are doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom. I'm with Penny and Mike and Sam talking about what we're doing X and O's and recruiting. So do a little bit of everything.
Been fun for me to watch your journey, my friend.
Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
And life has gone full circle. He assisted you as a player.
Yes.
Now he's assisting you as a coach.
Yeah, it was my favorite teammate back in the day because he was so unselfish. He was really smart. He graduated in 3 years. Just a brilliant mind and an even better person. He is my go-to guy. He's the MVP of this staff because he has the experience. And like he says, he does from A to Z. And, I'm so blessed to have him and him to be available at the time. And I'm enjoying this journey continuing from when we played until now.
Time for the Cook's Pest Control Player of the Week. So not only did Bruton get on a roll, he got our highest honor, and he was outstanding this week.
Kareem definitely deserving, has been working really hard, has been studying more film, and has really bought into everything that we're telling him, and I'm glad to see him be rewarded.
20 points, 3 steals in that game, 6 threes. We only hope he can keep that going. Time for a quick timeout. When we come back, Inside Access, and you'll hear from Jaden Hardaway.